I know that you in the past have set yourself certain goals that you once thought that once those goals were achieved, you would feel happy. You need to set yourself a challenge that is going to make you feel so uncomfortable because it's going to make you prove to yourself that you are capable of going through discomfort and come out on the other side stronger than when you first set that challenge. You need a new focus point because you've been focusing on all of this lack in your life, and it's time to focus on something big, on a dream. Focus on a goal that sets your soul on fire. Many times in my life, I have started feeling low, and that lowness has made me come to an awakening that, wow, Pernilla, you have not actually done the thing that you deep down want, that maybe you're seeing other people do and you find inspiring, or the thing that you know deep down you are capable of. That thing that would make your life feel so freaking exciting.
Hi, my name is Pernilla, and this is my Challenge Your Norm podcast. I'm absolutely obsessed with anything related to personal development. And well, to grow, we gotta challenge our norm. And so on this podcast, we chat about life and how we can challenge our normal way of living it to make it greater than we could have ever imagined. Just one little belief, habit, bold move, and challenge at a time.
Hello, my beautiful friend, and welcome back to another episode here on my Challenge Your Norm podcast. I just came back from the gym, and today has been more rough than usual, let's just say, for no good reason other than the fact that I was tired today because I missed out on some sleep last night because I was helping someone. And this morning when I woke up, I wish I could have kept on sleeping, but I woke up at my normal time, and I just felt a little bit sluggish, and I really wanted to shift my energy, shift my mood, not focus on the things that were going wrong, but focus on the good and have a good day, feel happy throughout. And so today I needed these 11 tips that I'm going to go through with you in today's podcast episode that really help me so much whenever I want to go from a place of feeling not at my best to feeling incredible. And I have written all 11 things down. And I literally just got back from the gym where I had written down these 11 things that helped me shift my energy, because something that I do whenever I am doing cardio at the gym, currently I'm doing Stairmaster for an hour every single day, and we'll get to why that is later in this episode. But something that I do that I've talked about previously on my episode is that while I'm doing cardio at the gym, I do work tasks. In the morning, always write a to-do list. And then while I'm on the Stairmaster, I will complete as many of those things on my to-do list that don't require me sitting at my desk working on my computer. Things like getting back to messages or writing out an outline for a video or a podcast, which is literally what I just did today. And I wasn't sure I was going to make this podcast today. It's actually getting dark out, so we are right now later in the day than when I normally record these podcast episodes. But I've used a lot of these energy shift methods today, which has really, even though it maybe started off being not my most energetic kind of day, has ended up actually been being pretty good, but also productive. And you know how there is that saying that sometimes your 50% is your 100% on the days where you have less to give. Give your all, and your all is 50% on that day. You still have given your 100%. So I'm very happy with the day that I've had. And I was thinking that maybe, even though I have been sharing probably most, if not all, of these tips before on my channel, sometimes when I'm listening to podcasts from hosts that I really, really love and enjoy listening to, sometimes I just need to hear that one thing that they've shared a million times on that specific day. And on that specific day, it helps me shift something within my life, and it just makes me feel better. And so if you've heard me say it before, who knows, maybe today's the day that you are ready to apply it. And the first thing that I want to share with you that I did this morning. I woke up, I was feeling a little bit tired, a little bit frustrated that I had done this thing last night, which had then affected my sleep, was that I did a visualization meditation. And in that visualization meditation that I found on YouTube, I always find different visualization meditations on YouTube and then I listen to them for a while, like the same one for a while till I get tired of that one. And then I shift and switch out to another one that then resonates with me. Today, what I did was I visualized myself in the future doing something that I have set a goal, something that I currently am dreaming about becoming my reality. And I, in my visualization meditation, went into how I'm going to feel when I'm in the midst of that, when I am living that. And not only does that feel good, right? It feels good to live in that future state that we want to experience, that we want to create and turn into a reality in our life, but also the person I need to become in order for me to make that my reality is someone that is so in peace, so in just living in harmony and incredible presence. And so from me doing this visualization meditation, not only experience the beauty of having accomplished that, but also I went into how beautiful of a state I would be in for that to become my reality. So that is tip number one. If you ever feel a lack of energy, a lack of joy, maybe you're focusing on something that doesn't feel good in your body, put on a visualization meditation. And it may take some time for you to find that one thing that's going to get you into that state, and it can change up. For me, it's a different thing that comes to me whenever I do these visualization meditations, but really think of a certain specific moment that you want to create in the future. Maybe it's a dream job, maybe it's a dream relationship or a dream location you want to live in. Step into that and experience that in the here and now. And I promise you that will shift your vibration and your energy right away. And it's funny that I'm even saying this because I'm literally living my dream right now. I am literally living my dream. And I still have days like this where I feel not at my absolute best. And I think that's important to share as well because we see people doing all these cool things and sometimes we forget that life still happens, right? But it's also great for me to put into perspective because I could choose in any moment to focus on all the incredible things I have in my life. Like when I think about it, it actually blows my mind. And it's the same for you. I know that you in the past have set yourself certain goals that you once thought that once those goals were achieved, you would feel happy. And today you have them. So you too, as well, can focus on those things that you used to dream about that you now in today's world have. This was a point by itself. I guess we have 12 points and I'm sure some more are going to come up. So with that being said, let's move on to the third thing that is instantly going to shift your energy. And that is move your body. I think that when we're low in energy, when we don't feel like moving our body, that's oftentimes the time that we need to do it the most. And I want to talk about discipline for a second because a lot of us talk about how we want to become disciplined humans. And we get annoyed with ourselves that we are not disciplined enough. But the definition of someone that is disciplined is really someone that shows up when we are not feeling motivated. So if you want to become a disciplined person, you just have to show up unmotivated. You have to show up on those days where you don't feel like it. And not only are you going to become a disciplined person by doing so, but you're also going to completely shift your energy around. That's what happened for me today. I just came back from my workout, which I'll explain later what I did before my workout, which is very unlike me, but I didn't feel like moving my body. So I did it anyway. And that gave me all this energy. I first did a tiny little upper body workout. I am actually injured right now. I have not been able to do upper body for 10 days because my shoulder has been acting out. I think I did something when doing pull-ups, which has done something to my lat and it's going up in my shoulder and all the way down in my arm. So I'm being very, very careful, but I did whatever I could that didn't hurt. And then I did an hour on the stairs. And so on the stairs, I got a lot of work done, and I got got the energy to do this podcast episode, which I don't know if you can tell, but my mood is very good right now. And it was all right beforehand as well, but it always makes you feel better, doesn't it? Like, we often will regret not doing the workout, but we will never, ever regret actually doing the workout. And it's just about showing up unmotivated. I think the first 10 minutes are going to be the hardest, but once you cross that 10-minute mark, it feels okay because you've gotten your heart rate up, you're slowly getting into it. So just like show up and just focus on the first 10 minutes. The fourth way that you can shift your energy is by doing the thing that you feel like doing that matches your energy on any given day. Sometimes when I wake up and I'm done my morning routine and I'm ready to work, I feel like going into the office. I'm in Bali right now, and whether we've been in Mexico or Costa Rica, we've always had an office space. It's like we've made sure to live in a location that has both a gym nearby that we want to work out in, but also an office space. And so we've bought office space. And sometimes when I wake up, I feel energized to go into the office and grind my butt off, sitting at that desk and just getting it done. Other days, I feel more calm and chill, and I kind of just want to go about my day a little bit more slow. I kind of want to work from the couch. And something that has been very helpful to me is just do the thing. I know that we're not all blessed in this way that we can work from wherever we want, but we all have things that we got to do. But is there a way for us to do it on the days where we have the energy to do so? Like when I am feeling more low energy, as in not bad mood at all, but I just, I feel more chill and I want to sit and work on the couch. Doing that instead of forcing myself to go into the office or forcing myself to film some video where I need to have a bunch of energy, because otherwise it's not going to come across to the viewer in the same way as when I do have a lot of energy. Like matching my work tasks with my energy. And regardless of whether you do have to go into the office every day, I think there's a way where you can match the work tasks that you do on that day with your energy. Like I sometimes will be a little slower in the morning and then have more energy later in the day. Or opposite, I'll have a lot of energy in the beginning of the day and then be a little bit slower later in the day. And really just matching the work tasks that I have to do on that day within whatever energy I have. Like sometimes, of course, I have to film a certain video because there's a brand waiting for me to send it to them on this day. And sometimes I have to snap myself into it and it goes fine. I snap myself into it and I get it done and it's fine. But other days when I have the ability to kind of match the tasks that I do throughout the day with the energy I feel, like asking ourselves, is there some way that we can plan our day around what energy we have? I've talked a lot about how we should all look into knowing at what point of our day we are the most productive. And for me, it's always been in the morning. So I get my most important tasks done at that time. Here in Bali, it's actually been switched a little bit around just because of the time difference. So I have to be awake later at night. Like today, I have my July Transformation Challenge at 10 p.m. just so that it's daytime in America. So I have had to switch around my daily schedule a little bit because otherwise, obviously, if I was living in LA, I would be asleep at 10 p.m. So it has switched around a little bit. But my whole point of this is just knowing when it is that you're the most productive, when you feel like you have that peak energy, and then getting the most high intense tasks done during that time. Number 5 way of shifting your energy is asking yourself in your journal in the morning, how do I want to feel today? And who do I want to be today? If you have found clarity on that from the morning, the chances of you showing up in that way throughout the rest of the day is so much more likely than if you had not reflected on that. Just having clarity on how you want to feel, because then if you are catching yourself feeling low energy or catching yourself, just focusing on, let's say, the negative things in your life, then you can snap yourself out of it. Oh no, I decided I want to feel happy today, so I'm going to focus on the happy thoughts or the things that I have to be grateful for. And the question, who do I want to be today? I think is going to subconsciously be in your mind all day, that when you enter a room, you show up as that person, at least more than you would have if you had not reflected on it and it had not been in the back of your mind, subconsciously having you show up in that way. And especially if we choose to ask ourselves that every single day, then more and more we're going to, you can say, trick our brain into believing that we are that person that we want to show up as, but also it'll just become more and more normal and easy for us to be that person because we every single day keep practicing showing up as that person. The sixth thing that I just gotta say, because sometimes it has shifted my energy. I mean, you gotta know with you when it is the right time and place to do that. But for me, it is sometimes to eat some damn food. Eat some good food. Like, sometimes I'm just needing some food. And I'm someone who eats constantly, but sometimes that meal is just what I needed to feel good again. So who knows? Maybe that someone out there needed that reminder. And drink water too. Being hydrated is important. And those are simple, but very important. And something that can be related to that is go on a solo date. There's sometimes when we are feeling not good within, we seek other people to speak with and hang out with and gain support from. And I do that a lot, and I find it very, very helpful. And I will continue to do that. And it feels the best, right? When you feel that love, when you're in a little bit of a low place. But sometimes the thing I really need is a solo date, just me and my thoughts and some reflection in a new environment. And that's why I'm saying date, because if I take myself on a date, in Mexico, I did that. I went out to get tacos and ceviche one day. And during my date, I was reading, listening to podcasts, and I was in need of some realizations that wouldn't have come to me if I had spent time with others and gotten that support that I get from others, because certain things have to come from within, right? And we can obviously gain these awarenesses that are held on inside of us from conversation with other people, but sometimes the messages, the information that we need to receive from our intuition, our gut, needs to come from some time spent with ourselves. So maybe what you need next time your energy needs a little bit of a shift is just simply to go on a solo date. The next thing that I have written on my list is try something new. Try something that you have maybe never done or not done for a long time. Whether that be signing up for a dance class or joining a rower experience or a painting experience, a concert, go to a coffee shop in your town that you have never been to but wanted to see and try the coffee in there, or a museum, or take the train to the other side of the city and choose to walk home like 30 kilometers. That would take literally all day, but who knows if that's what you need. Try something new. Because when we try something new, it's gonna give us new perspective on life and help us gain new awareness and perspectives and excitement for life. At least I feel that it does. And I oftentimes don't really, I'll have the urge to do something, but then I won't do it until I decide to actually do it. And it does often require someone else or me to push myself in the bum to go and do that thing. And who knows, maybe this was your little push in the bum to go do that, try that new thing that you've been wanting to do for a long time, but continuously talk yourself out of whenever times comes to actually do it. Number 9 on my list is something that I did today that I never do, but I'm so happy I did it. I am not a napper. And today I had so many things I wanted to do. So I was making myself believe that I didn't have the time to go to take a nap. But I was so tired. And I also knew that the work efficiency was not, it wasn't the best, let's just say. And my boyfriend said, "You should really try a nap." And at first, my brain went where it always goes, but I probably won't be able to fall asleep and it'll be a waste of time, a waste of my day if I do that. But then at the time, I was sitting at a coffee shop doing work and he'd just like come to chat for a little bit. But then I decided to walk home and continue my work in bed to see if potentially I could get tired and then eventually like fall into a nap a little bit. And I did that and it worked. So I eventually fell asleep for about an hour. I was in and out. I'm so happy that I napped. So if you ever need an energy shift and you're feeling tired, you have been working your butt off, maybe you just need a nap. A long nap. See if you can nap for maybe even longer than the hour that I napped in today. Sleep is so important, and I have underestimated the importance of sleep so many times the last 5 years. When I was a teenager, would always sleep in, always feel tired. Like I would skip the first classes in my high school because I felt like I wasn't ready to go to school yet, which is, not so great. Don't do that if you are in school. But I was definitely more lazy than I am today and definitely took my sleep more serious, which is a great thing. And it's something I have really started taking serious this year and tried my best to get better at. And in case you needed to hear that today, the reminder of how important sleep is, because our feelings inside, our efficiency, our energy levels, our happiness, our progress at the gym, our choices when it comes to food and daily habits are just so much better when we are not sleep deprived. So maybe you just need a nap. We've got 3 more left. And the next one that I wrote on my iPad while being on the Stairmaster is nature. The amount of times that I have felt low while living in Los Angeles and gone on a hike, grounded my feet on the earth, hugged a tree, and not wanted to. Like when I had felt low, I never wanted to go on a hike, but I also knew that that was the best thing I could do at that moment. I would force myself to drive to Fryman Canyon hike in Los Angeles and walk that 50 minutes to sometimes an hour. And every single time, the way that I felt leaving that hike would be a complete shift to how I entered it. I would just come to such incredible awakenings, perspectives, new views on whatever it is that I was going through while walking that hike. And there's books about this, how important nature is to people's well-being. Like depressions are cured from people who spend more time in nature. There's been scientific studies done on this. Nature is so, 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 so powerful. So don't ever neglect the power of just walking outside, taking a walk on the beach if you live by the beach, or in the mountains if you live in the mountains, or even just on your street where there are a few trees. Like I think plants hold power and energy and it affects us. The last 2 are actually some good points that I find are very useful. The first one is more simple and chill, and the last one is more intense and takes a little bit more out of us. But both are powerful. And the first one that I want to share that I actually also did today while I was on the Stairmaster was look back at old videos and photos of times where, like recent ones too, where I, like, just of my life, of the people that I have in my life to be so incredibly grateful for, the experiences that I've gotten to experience both recently as well as, my entire life, and the things that I have produced and done that I'm proud of. Look back into your camera album and find memories that make you proud of yourself, feel grateful, happy for your life. Because I know that you've had a lot of those, and maybe you are having a day that's a little bit rough, or maybe you're in a season of life that is really, really, really rough right now. I think that whenever we focus on things to be grateful for, whenever we focus on things that we're appreciative about ourselves and the people around us and the experiences we've had, our energy shifts. So no matter why or for how long you've been low, maybe you just need to look at those good memories and appreciate those moments in life you've had that have filled your soul with joy. Because I think that not only will it make you feel good in the now, but maybe it'll help you ask yourself, wow, that was really beautiful. How can I get back into that state? How can I create new experiences, new relationships, new daily habits that are going to make me feel that way again? I just started my July Transformation Challenge today as I'm recording this podcast. And the people that are joining this challenge, I'm reading all their posts, and a lot of them, what they want is to get back into feeling like their happiest, healthiest state. And I just think it's beautiful that they've come to an awakening that they used to feel really healthy and confident within themselves. And maybe they've let go a little bit, but now they're ready to get back into that. And if you are feeling low right now, you have a choice. You can choose to work towards getting back to that time in your life where you felt happy and joyful and excited. And maybe you have to start building it from scratch, or maybe you're literally one commitment decision away. And that actually leads me to my final point that I wanted to share with you on today's podcast. And that is to shift your energy. Maybe what you need is simply to set yourself a challenge. You need to set yourself a challenge that is going to make you feel so uncomfortable, because it's going to make you prove to yourself that you are capable of going through discomfort and come out on the other side stronger than when you first set that challenge. You need a new focus point, because you've been focusing on all of this lack in your life, and it's time to focus on something big, on a dream. Focus on a goal that sets your soul on fire. Many times in my life, I have started feeling low, and that lowness has made me come to an awakening that, wow, Pernilla, you have not actually done the thing that you deep down want, that maybe you're seeing other people do and you find inspiring, or the thing that you know deep down you are capable of, that thing that would make your life feel so freaking exciting. So maybe what you need right now, if you are going through feeling low, it's to set yourself a challenge. And I'm just realizing right now that I said at the beginning of this podcast that I would explain why I'm doing an hour of cardio every day. And that's because, I mean, it's just a little thing. My boyfriend and I decided that we were going to do that because we wanted to get back to moving more again. And so we just decided that either it would be an hour on the Stairmaster this week or 2 hours on the treadmill, just walking. And I have just been doing the Stairmaster, and I've been getting my heart rate up high during that hour, and it feels amazing. I love moving my body, and I love that I can be double productive while doing so. I can see that my SD card is almost at its limit. It's almost full. So I am going to end this podcast here. I hope you got some good ideas as to what you could do to shift your energy, and that something sparked your excitement to go do right now, if you are in the need maybe you can save the podcast episode for another time whenever you need a little inspiration to feel good after a period of feeling low, or just, like me, the silly thing of feeling a little bit tired today, which I know is a silly little thing. And that's also why I just wanted to shift my energy around, because there was no reason for me to feel low. I had no reason. And so having these tools in the back pocket that I can pull up and end up having a phenomenal day anyway makes me happy. So I hope it will make you happy as well. If you found this podcast useful and you feel it could help someone else, please share it. It helps me so much, as well as write me a review or give me some stars. That helps me grow this channel a lot. And I would be so grateful. I'm also just grateful that you're listening, and I hope you go out there and have a beautiful day. And remember, as always, that in order for you to grow, you have to challenge your norm.